Hello students, this is Praveen Trivedi welcoming you all on this online portal of studies. I just want to put my congratulations to all of you for selecting biology, for making the choice of biology as one of your subject, for your professional development, for your skill development, and for selection of PCB as the stream you are opting for. So my dear students, you might be knowing regarding the syllabus of bio that what are the different units to be covered, different units to be studied in grade 11. So one thing you might be knowing and you might have observing this thing right from the beginning that whatever be the different syllabus, whatever be the syllabus in the different classes are there, the formation, the framing, the structuralization of the all that syllabus is just based on the linking of one class to the another. All the syllabus have been interlinked together, and whatever we are studying in a particular class or a particular standard, that is going to be a little elaborate, that is going to be little expanded in the next class. So whatever be the syllabus there in the grade 11, it is just based on the syllabus of grade 8, 9th and 10th. The syllabus of grade 8, 9th and 10th have been compiled together, and again it has been structured in the grade 11. So students, we are going to discuss the syllabus of grade 11 in some of the other video. Here I have just started the online lecture for unit 1, for chapter 1 of your unit first. That is actually the living world. What this living world is. So my dear students, what is this living world? How it is made up of? What it is constituting of? What is the importance of that living world to the non-living world? And what are the, we can say, different mechanisms? How this living world is maintaining? How this living world is sustaining? What are the features? What are the characteristic properties which are enabling the creatures of this living world to be alive, to survive comfortably? So, right in the beginning, we will start our stories right from this word living. That what do we mean by the term living? What actually it is? What living is? So here I have written that the living thing pertains to any creature or organism or a specific life form which possesses or shows the characteristics of life or being alive. What do we here mean by the characteristics of life or being alive? That means which is expressing, which is reflecting certain activities or certain features on the basis of which you can come to the conclusion that yeah, this particular is a living thing, or yeah, this particular is a non-living thing. Such kind of the some fundamental characteristics are I have just written here. Like suppose they are having the organized structure. Organized structure means the structure which is focused towards the fulfillment of a particular function, and always the fulfillment or we can say attainment of a function is depending upon the structure. So until and unless the structure will not be organized, a function could not be attained. So this is the very first characteristic property or the fundamental feature, that a living thing or a living creature or a living form always consists of an organized structure. The way in which you might have seen the different organs of your body, so they are being responsible for different functions. So these all the different functions actually have been facilitated by the shape of the body, by the structure of the body. So if suppose you want to hear, so your ears are being placed at a particular location where you can have the maximum, we can say, absorption of sound waves. Similarly, whenever you are having any movement or you want to respond to the stimuli, then you want to see, you make the vision of the particular stimuli first, and so that your eyes have been located at a specific place, position of your body, that is in the front. So this is said to be the organized structure. Secondly, requiring energy. Whenever there is a, we can say, functions are to be performed, when the processes are to be, we can say acquire, or when we can say the maintenance has to be done, then there is a requiring of energy. So living thing or a living creature always look forward towards the, we can say, attainment of energy, acquiring energy, responding to the stimuli, adapting to the environmental changes, capable of reproduction. This is the very significant and remarkable capacity of living things, that they can reproduce themselves. Growth, increase in the shape and size, increase in the volume, that is said to be the growth. Movement, some of the living things may not move, but certain movement on molecular basis always takes place. For example, if I will tell you that the animal can move and plant cannot move, the small children in the lower classes, we have discussed, we have seen the difference between plant and animal. So what happened? There is one point the children are writing, that the plant cannot move, animal can move. But here, my dear students, we should keep this thing in the mind, that the movement is there in the plants also. So metabolism means the sum up, the overall activities which have been taken place in the body of a living organism are said to be metabolism. Some of the activities may be constructive, some of the other activities may be destructive also, but combinedly they have been known as metabolism. And finally, the death. Whatever be the biological creature is there, there is a specific life cycle of that creature, and whenever that particular life cycle get end, it is said to be the death of organism. So my dear children, this is actually the living thing which shows, which pertains certain specific, we can say, the characteristic properties, the reflection of the characteristic properties which let us to define a particular creature as a living thing. So my dear students, let us know in detail, let us go into the organization, function and structure of these living things, how they have been evolved, from where they have been come, how they have evolved, how they have advanced, and what are the different features and what is the significance of that different features in the living things. Let us see in detail. Again, the living thing, a life form having an organized structure, energy requiring, responding to the stimuli. This is the very specific feature. Capable of reproduction, producing its own kind, maintaining the race, evolution, growth and movement, process of movement, then the process of metabolism, and finally the death. This is the overall, we can say, the features which have been governed by each and every living creature. Maybe that living creature may be the smaller unicellular organism or the biggest multicellular organism. So this is the overall cycle of living things. Now, as far as that living world is concerned, the living world is made up of the living organism. Here we will call the living organism as an organism. So, an organism is an individual living thing. What that organism is? Yes, definitely. It is an individual living thing. It is easy to recognize a living thing, but not so easy to define it. Definitely, we can see the structure, we can see the function, we can see the various, we can say, the features and characteristic properties of the living thing and come up to the conclusion that yes, it is a living thing. But how you can easily define? It is not easy to define. That how can you define? The animals and plants are organisms. Definitely, the plants are also the living things or organisms or living organisms. Organisms are a biotic or living part of the environment. Rocks and sunshine are the parts of non-environment, or we can say non-living environment. Here what actually the writer is trying to say us, that organisms are biotic or living part of the environment. But what does it mean? It means that the environment is a abiotic part, organisms are the biotic part, or in the other words we can say organisms are living and environment is a combination of non-living things. You people might have studied regarding the difference between biotic and abiotic components. You people might have studied regarding the interrelationship and interdependency of the biotic and abiotic components of the environment, which is maintaining the balance of the biosphere. So the same particular, we can say, the statement has been summed up here like that: organisms are biotic or living part of the environment. Now here some of the parts, we can say some of the environmental factors like rocks and sunshine, they are the parts of non-living environment, and we can just easily conclude here that how the organisms are depending upon the rocks, how the organisms are depending upon the sunshine. So this is a, we can say, a process, a mechanism of interdependency. The cycle is being maintained by the environment or by the nature. Then organisms usually have 5 basic needs to continue their metabolism. Metabolism is the collection of all the activities which have been responsible for maintaining the comfortable survival of living organisms. So what are that 5 basic needs for that metabolism? See, they need air that is available in the environment and abiotic or abiotic factor. Water, it is again abiotic factor available in the environment. Nutrient, or we can say the food. The food can be considered as a fuel. So the nutrient or food has been required. Some of the time the food may be made available from the environment or may be there from the other animals or organisms also. Energy, consuming the food and converting the food into energy which can be utilized for maintaining the various life processes. Then, and a place to live. Definitely these are some of the requirements, these are some of the basic needs of living organisms. However, not all the living things need all these at the same time. Many organisms do not need access to the air at all. So they are just surviving in the absence of air. Example, anaerobic bacteria which do not require air. So there are certain number of examples where the requirement of some of these needs may not be felt necessary. So let us move ahead towards the study of this living organism. Currently the living things have been classified into 3 domains. This domains is actually the primitive classification or the very basic fundamental classification of the organisms, and this has been done, I will tell you that this has been done on the basis of the location of genetic material inside the body of the cell. So how it has been done? It has been done into 3 parts. Number 1, the eubacteria or true bacteria. Number 2, archaea or archibacteria, and number 3 is eukarya or eukaryotes. So this is the basic fundamental classification of the organisms right from the beginning. The term living came from the Old English. Now this is the writer is just giving us an idea regarding that from where the term living has been originated. The term living came from the Old English, meaning living or having life. The term thing came from the Old English. So there, entity, being, body or matter. The synonym of the, we can say, the living are organism, life form or creature. So this is regarding that from where we have made this word living organism, and actually what is the basic types of living organism right from the bottom. So they are of 3 types: eubacteria, archibacteria and eukaryota. So here you can see eukarya. Now here you can see the 2 different basic type of the cell which are there at the base of the formation or birth of any of the living organism which is available. So any of the organism which is called as living has been originated either from the unicellular cell. You can see here the unicellular the prokaryotic cell. You can see here the prokaryotes or prokaryotic type of cell. So either the organism have been made up of the prokaryotic cell, the single celled organism, all the eubacteria and true bacteria are prokaryotic in nature. So this is the prokaryotism where the nucleus is not well defined and all the other characteristic property which you might have studied in the lower classes. I am not going to repeat. The second one is the eukaryotism or eukaryotic organism where all the animals, plants, they are just falling under this eukaryotes, or even we can see the fungus. when we will switch over toward the classification of the organism in the next part of some of the slide or in the next chapter, then we shall discuss it in detail. So what are there? They are in the eukaryotes. What kind of the fungus? What are the types of fungus? So even the protista also, the protista, that is actually under the five kingdom system of classification. You might have been just remembering that it has been started from Monera and then protista. So only Monera is there in the prokaryotism. Like suppose if we will go for, again I will just repeat that slide, if suppose we will go for that true bacteria, eubacteria and archaebacteria, they are just coming under that prokaryotic type of organism. It means the 3/4 of the organisms are single celled, unicellular. You can easily imagine their overall population in the living organism. And this eukarya is just coming, and eukarya has been started right from, we can say, the protista, the protozoan, the amoeba, the paramecium, the euglena. These are all coming under eukaryotic organism. Maybe regardless, they are we can say they are unicellular in nature, that means single celled, but they are eukaryotic in nature. So the eukaryotic unicellular protista, then fungus, then plantae, and then animalia. All these four kingdoms are falling under eukaryotes. Only moneras are there. Only one kingdom is there in the prokaryotic organism. So we shall discuss them in detail. We will discuss it, the process of classification, the system of classification. So children, moving ahead, there is nothing new. We are just making the revision of whatever we have studied in grade 9th and 10th regarding the bio. We are just discussing that. If suppose, because it actually required for making the next step more absorption, more comfortable. Now see, life. What is life? Life is a characteristic property, or life is a characteristic, that is actually the feature which distinguishes physical entities undergoing biological process. It means my body is a physical entity. What my body is? My body is a physical structure. It is a system. It is just like a machine. So life is a characteristic. What actually life is? Life is actually a characteristic of whom? Of a physical entity. What that physical entity is? Physical entity is me, myself, yourself, the body, the machine. So what life is? Life is my characteristic property which undergoes, it means which attains the biological processes. The biological processes may be anyone, as we have discussed in the last slide. It may be the growth, it may be development, it may be reproduction, it may be stimuli, it may be control and coordination. So there is a machine which is known as me, and that machine can be characterized easily with the help of certain processes, and such as signaling or self-sustaining, such as the biological processes, as I am telling you, some of the other processes also, like suppose signaling, that is response to the stimuli, self-sustaining, that is equilibrium, metabolism. When I feel thirsty, I am going to the kitchen and drinking the water, that is self-sustaining. Then from others, ठीक है ना, that particular characteristic properties are differentiating you or distinguishing you or yourself from the others. कैसे? How? Because such functions have ceased. Such functions have stopped. Such functions are not happening. Where? In the other body with which you are comparing. Like suppose I am comparing myself with a particular piece of, we can say, a chair. A table is there lying on the floor. So how I can just make myself compare with that table, that whatever with the functions for self-sustainment or for signaling or for some of the other processes I am maintaining and acquiring and doing have not been done by that particular, we can say, the body, because they have been ceased. Either if suppose they might be having a living organism who have been died, or they were never available in that body, and that body is said to be the inanimate body. So what is life? Life is a specific characteristic which help you to distinguish yourself from the body which is not capable of doing some activities which you can easily carry out. That is called as life. Various forms of life exist, such as plants, animals, fungus, protists, archaebacteria, bacteria, etc. So life, what life is actually? Life is actually, again, it is coming out at the end as a feature. What that life is? Life is actually a feature. Like suppose life is there in the body, then what happen? You will be able to perform the functions. Whatever your systems are there, the parts of the system, like your respiratory system, like your reproductive system, they will all work. And as they are working, you can say that yes, you are a living organism. My dear students, here you can see the we can say the classification of the organisms, and this classification is also depending upon the evolution, the process of evolution from bottom to top. If we will move from bottom to the top, then we can just easily imagine here and easily make an observation that organisms have been evolved. We shall be discussing in some of the next slide, we shall be discussing regarding the development of organism, how the organism have become advanced, and how the simpler form of the life, or even when the life was not there, only the chemical constituents were there, then also what happened, what kind of the things will take place into that chemical combinations, and what kind of the reactions in the presence of which environmental factor has taken place millions of years ago, which has given to the rise of the first cell, or we can say the rise of such a kind of the prokaryotic unicellular microscopic organism, and what are the conditions responsible for making that particular organism continuously make an advancement, adaptation and evolution, so that the organism like human beings, the organism, the most advanced organism like animals, or we can say the plants, have been evolved and they are maintaining the living world. So students, we shall be switching over to the next part of this living world, that how the organisms are there, what are the functions they are responsible, what are actually their features, and what is the significance of each of the characteristic property or life process in the survival of that living organism. And then we will switch over towards the process of their naming, classification, how this living world is overall made up of, we shall be discussing in the next video. So this is the overall, we can say, the organism which are to be discussed, and we shall be meeting again in our next video. Thank you children.